So no intros today. I'm been putting off making this video and putting it off. I keep trying to make this video, I keep trying, and I keep flunking it halfway through or giving up. But it's finally getting warm. It's about 10 degrees right now. The wind's up, unfortunately, but I'm running out to shoot some guns, basically. Go have a bit of fun. We're way outside of hunting season, so we're not hunting, we're just shooting for the fun of it, basically. Getting some target practice in before next season. I have the drones with me, that's what's walking about back there. My truck is in a mess, but that's okay. One day I'll tidy it up before we go camping somewhere. So I'll see you down there, I guess. Truck got a wee bit muddy on the way in. In case you can't tell, but it is what it is. That's okay. So I'm gonna have a look down here since he's down there. Figuring out where we're going, don't mind us. She's all muddy. Water's running pretty aggressively right now.
Good drone, eh?
Sorry?
Right, drone down?
Yep, might as well. One of them anyway.
Not too windy to fly?
Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. I'll have to watch out for gusts, but... That. So we were just having some fun, really plinking off a 22, shooting at some snow, Canada things, I guess. I'm sure it's common in the States too, I don't really know. So I'm up the storage locker now and I'm gonna start messing around with the kayak, trying to get things ready for the fishing season. Try and get it put back together because I've taken off a bunch of the attachments that I had. I did the dumb thing, everybody says it. Don't buy a bunch of accessories before you start using your kayak or your boat or anything, because then you'll buy a bunch of stuff that you don't need. Yeah, I did it. Don't do it. Use it first, learn what you need. I now know what I need, or I think I know what I need, and I've got what I need, but I need to put it on. So that's what I'm gonna do today, is we're gonna go and we're gonna put everything on the kayak. The truck's now in a state. By that driveway. I'll show you now as we get out. It is a muddy mess, but that's okay. That's half the fun, eh? Oh, I should probably unplug the dash cam too so my truck doesn't die. Not that it would in this time, but oh, let's see. The driver's side doesn't look too bad, but she's pretty muddy. Flinging mud off. For a lariat, she does pretty good with them rims and tires. Filthy. But yeah, so I'm gonna end up getting a car wash on my way home, I think. Hopefully it's still really windy. So hopefully the dead cat on the microphone is gonna do a good job. But again, that's part of what I'm testing today. So let's get the boat out and see where we're starting. So in case it wasn't obvious, I got a new trolley. And this thing's amazing, honestly. It really is. A massive step up from the rubbish thing that I had before. We're also going to be... It's easier if I just fit stuff and explain as I go, but this is I'm gonna end up having 3 holders here for the rods, allowing me to put 2 rods and the fishing net on this side, and then on the other side it gives me plenty of space to have the camera, and then I have another camera that I'm going to be mounting up the front facing me. Unfortunately that mount hasn't arrived yet, but I've also got this pretty cool little gear caddy that I'm going to try mounting here-ish. That's just going to go in the rails that are already here. The fish finder is being moved to this side to make that side less cluttered. Sorry, not the fish finder, the actual transducer I'm going to fit on this side, which I've already moved and figured out the wiring for. I meant to bring the battery with me, but I forgot. I also have a new trolling motor, which I'm going to test it today too, hopefully. So yeah, let's get to it. I also would quite like to try test fitting the boat in the truck today, because I want to try and get the truck in with the tailgate, the kayak in with the tailgate closed without using the big bed. You good? I was using the big bed every single time I took the kayak anywhere last year, which was great and all, but we're doing some trips this year that are longer distance, taking the roof tent, where I'm going to want other stuff in the box of the truck. I'm not going to be able to use the tonneau cover, unfortunately, because the boat will stick out the top, but it would be really nice to be able to close the tailgate so that everything's in, nothing's going to blow out the back. So I don't know, we'll see how far I get. First things first, let's get this stuff unpacked. I don't know, that's not too bad. Interesting. Oh, it's because there's a notch in them. There. That's backwards. Nope, those 2 are backwards. Okay. So this high wind is actually a really good test for it, because it's all sitting on one of these quick release things. Like that. And I don't know how I feel about it, because it's all a little bit wobbly. But I don't know, the only other option is for me to dismantle this and just take this rail off, and I'd have to plug these holes that I've already made, but then find some just wood screws that fit in these holes and capture that are long enough to bolt this whole thing down. But the trouble is, it's going to interfere. I've already kind of laid it down to see it. It would interfere back here. Would be some overhang. And the other thing being, this thing does have like a utility rail type thing on the back. I don't know if I'm ever going to use it, but it'd be nice to be able to use it. But it seems to be holding okay. There's a little bit of bobble with it as the net's catching the wind, but it's not bad. I don't think it's going to snap off anytime soon, so maybe that'll work. Anyway, on to the next idea, which is this stuff here. So fish finder goes in there, and then the next thing is this gear caddy. And then we get to the fun part, we get to unpackage. Okay, seems to be holding. Yeah, then comes the fun part, we get to unpackage the new trolling motor. Not sure what those are for, nor those two. These four are the mounting screws. Not sure what those are for. I don't know where I'd put the screwdriver either. Oh, that's the, I don't know what that is. That's a magnet. Oh, that's genius. It's not cold, it's just a little bit chilly, Rory. Stop being a bitch. There we go. Move it further forwards than that. Oh yeah, that works. Good God, I wish this wind would calm down. Oh, I want to get that. Right, let's get the trolling motor out, I guess. Test fit that. There, Newport. I really hope this isn't full of polystyrene, but I'll bet you it is. Yeah. Jesus. Stop! Contact Newport vessels directly for all customer service questions. Okay, should hope I'm not going to have to contact you. Oh, this makes me so excited. Ah, it's heavy, heavy, heavy. Ah, okay, it's about the same weight. I'm so excited for this. The old trolling motor that I was using last year worked. I'm pretty sure it's a knockoff of a Minn Kota. It was labelled as a Shakespeare, but it's old. It's got to be pretty old. So I was running an ATM power lead acid battery, deep cycle lead acid battery, and it was shocking. I was lucky if I'd get 5 hours out of it. So, oh, £55, there you go. So yeah, I'm very excited to have a more modern motor going on here. And there you go, immediately we can see that I'm going to be able to fold this all the way up without having to fight with it. Although yes, the battery is probably going to be going there. We'll see. We'll wait and see. There we go. And that goes like that. Lovely. Okay, now I need something to prop the back of the boat up on. And I know exactly what I'll use. The old trolley. The old garbage one. Fixed with a piece of string. I'd love to put this camera over here somewhere, but I know it won't stay upright if I do. So, yep. There. Okay, and that should give me enough room to drop this all the way and hopefully lower it down some. Not all the way, but some. There we go. that extends a little bit, but as you can see, like the distance between the seat and the tiller is pretty extreme. So I don't like that. That's the problem I had last year. So I got this, where'd I put it? This tiller arm extension, which is very clever because it's got a yoke on it, or whatever term you want to use for that, a dog leg or whatever. So it allows me to steer, but it fixes on like any extension, so I can still adjust the throttle, and it saves me from having to figure out throttle cables and this and that and the other. But the next question is, will it fit? And the answer is yes. Without the other sleeve, it will. Holy moly, it's windy. And now what that's going to allow me to do is be in my seat, and I can at least mostly somewhat control. I can actually do everything from that side, which I think is probably how I'd prefer to anyway, because I am right-handed and I can still mostly control the throttle. Yeah. Okay, and then when it comes to transport, that goes up like that. That comes, oh, I'm going to want to do that over like that, I guess. Okay, so lifting it out of the water is a bit more of a challenge than I was expecting. I can do that like that, that like that. Flip it up. And then the throttle kicks in, which is not ideal, but there we go. That works. Woohoo! Fits. So the next question mark, first thing, I need to go to the bathroom, so just leave me alone a minute. Let's turn you off. So yeah, so far I'm very impressed. You're still recording? Yeah. So far I'm very impressed with the Newport motor. It feels really high quality. I won't know for certain until I get out on the water with it, but unfortunately everything is still iced up right now, other than the Athabasca River, which the ice is broken there now, but it's flowing pretty heavy, way too heavy for a kayak, and 9 times out of 10 it does flow too heavy for a kayak there anyway. But yeah, so the other thing I wanted to do was test fit it in the truck. So now I got to empty the truck out and figure out how it's going in the truck. At least now I can get a good grip, although that strap's cinched down, it doesn't seem to want to go anywhere now anyway. Okay, so now we've hit the bed of the truck, and this is where having this truck is going to hopefully come in handy, because now what I'm going to try, I'm going to lift this up, there we go. I did notice those are starting to come out. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So that's a no-go. We're sticking with, that's sticking out way too far. Not happening. We're going to be sticking with the big bed, unfortunately. Well, that's a bummer. That would have been really nice to have been able to not have to use the big bed, but it is what it is. One of the other things I've been really tempted with this season was to buy a new kayak. and get it's another Pelican Catch Power or whatever they call it. It's another kayak I'd love to have, and it would suit my use case a lot better, ironically. And I didn't know it existed last year when I bought this. If I'd known it existed, I probably would have gotten that, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's a lot of money to throw into another kayak when I have this. So the other advantage I was thinking with the Catch Power is it's a little bit shorter, so I was thinking even if this one doesn't work closing over the bed like that, that one might, but looking at this one, it sticks out way too far for me to be comfortable. So that's a no-go. We're going to be using the big bed this year, clearly, which is okay. It's not the end of the world. It's just kind of a shame because it means that when I'm traveling, I'm going to have a cargo net or something over the back. I'm going to have to figure something out to keep stuff in the box of the truck so that I know that stuff in the box of the truck isn't going to blow away. But anyway, I'm going to pull this out now, put it away, I think. I got some stuff in the truck that I got to put in the storage unit from some of my winter skiing stuff. But the boat is almost ready to go, or the kayak is almost ready to go. I just got to fit the front camera mount, and I need to try test fitting that camera in the back, so I'll do that now. Do that right now. Because, using the Insta360, I don't know if the invisible pole, that's way too wobbly. Yeah, so I am either going to need the mount that I've been looking at, or I'm either going to need the mount that I've been looking at, or I'm going to need to use the other selfie stick type thing that I have. Either way is fine. All I know is I want the weather to hurry up and warm up and the ice to disappear so I can go fishing. But we're getting there.